Good morning, good morning. Welcome to the Abike Speaks Show. This message is specifically for young people. Um, I've been on the internet lately and I've seen a lot. There's a lot of things going on in the community with young people. A lot of young people are losing their lives. We're talking about anywhere from 13 on up, even some children, but specifically in the 20s. These young people are in the 20s. Um, I just want to hit on a few things today. If you should so happen to come across this video, I truly want you to understand that your years are valuable. Your time on this earth is valuable. Um, and you need to find a way to try to value your life, to try to value your life. And what do I mean by that? I specifically mean taking care of yourself. Taking care of yourself. A lot of the stuff I've been seeing on the internet is a lot of young people being involved with a lot of commenting on the internet, commenting to other people's drama is what I'm trying to say. What I mean by that is that you need to be very, very careful because people are thirsty. They're thirsty and they're looking for any excuse to knock you off the face of the earth. They're looking for any excuse to take away your years, to take away your time and your productivity on the earth. I'm talking to a specific group of young people because I do understand that it's not easy for you. I was once your age. I know what it's like to hang out in environments that you shouldn't be hanging out in, but you are prone to those environments and there's no one there to help you. There's no one there to talk to you. There's no one there to say that you can do better. There's no one there to say that, there's something else. You understand what I'm saying? Even if it is a struggle, because it is. I wouldn't sit before you and just pretend that it's easy. It's not easy. It's not easy being what you think is alone. It's not easy not having relationships. It's not easy not having good friendships. It's not easy taking care of a baby or a few babies when you're a young mother. It's not easy not being able to get a job and can't take care of yourself financially, and you feel that you have to hustle any way you can, and it always lead to a life of destruction in the penitentiary. So I'm not saying it's easy. It wasn't easy for me growing up. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth, as they say. And I got to experience different things, but it definitely wasn't easy for me. I experienced hardships just like any other young person. I've been through some very traumatic things just like any other young person on the face of the earth. But I just want you to be aware because there's a lot of commenting on people's families, people's this, people's information, people's this and this, and you have to be very, very careful because like I said, people are looking for any excuse, just any one little excuse to say, well, you said this, so I'm gonna take you out. you know I would just advise you as a young person, if you see all that drama, to pull away. Just pull away. Don't comment. It doesn't matter what you think. It doesn't matter how you feel in your heart. Just do not comment. People are using that as an excuse to go around killing people and chop shopping people. So you young people need to be aware. You also need to be aware of your environments. As you know, it's so easy to get caught up. It's so easy to wake up one day, be gone the next. So you just need to be aware of the people that you're hanging around, the people that the things that they say out of their mouth, and they'll say, oh, I'm just kidding, I really wouldn't do that. The truth is, if a person can say something out of their mouth, they can do anything, because what comes out of the mouth is in the heart. So you need to be very, very aware. The most best advice that I can give you is to try to start pulling away from certain things. Like I said, I know it's not easy, but try to start pulling away from a lot of the stuff on the internet that's prone to make you want to comment to them. No, 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 no. Don't be up there commenting on all that stuff. Don't be up there arguing about that stuff. Don't be up there commenting about that stuff. Don't be up there leaving your what you think is this and this and that. And because as you know, things happen. I know you saw the latest case with the guy who got mad, and I guess they had opposition with different people and stuff like that, and fights amongst each other, and some stuff got out on the internet, and they put it on the internet, and just so happened people were beefing. So those are the things you need to be aware of, but you also need to be aware as the person who's commenting to all that stuff. I saw a lot of people commenting, saying this and saying that and saying that. You don't know what people are thinking in their minds. You don't know what people are thinking in their heads, and you just need to be more aware. You need to pull yourself away. And no matter how you feel or what you think, even if you know people or you don't know people, don't comment on that stuff. Don't come in on that stuff, because if something happened to you, they're easily going to go in and say, well, see, they said this, so that's why this happened to them. And that just gives them excuses. It just gives them excuses, just in case you don't know. You're smart enough. You young people are not dumb. You're smart enough to know what I'm talking about. So just be aware and start taking care of yourself. Do not be running around jumping in cars with people. You don't know people like that. People be talking about, you want to ride? No, you don't want to ride. You'll walk. And if something seems suspicious, run. Run away from them. Scream. Use your voice or whatever. I'm telling you from experience, you need to be very, very aware. So many things are happening to young people. And I just wanted to share this. There are some young people that just don't care. They don't care. And they will wipe you as another young person out. They wiping out children, adults, whoever. They don't care. So young people, you just need to be more aware and more cautious. And I know that you're prone to certain of these environments. It's like, I know you say, well, this is my life. This is how I live. There's nowhere else to go. But there is little things that you can choose to I guess you can say gear your life. You understand what I'm saying? There's small things you can choose. Um, be aware of drugs. Be aware of people trying to hand you drugs, hardcore drugs. I know a lot of young people into smoking what they call weed, or whatever the different names that they call it. I personally don't agree with that, because it leads to other things. But again, I understand your situation and your circumstance, so I'm not one to judge. But just be aware. Be aware. Be aware of this thing that they call soul selling your soul. You don't need to sell your soul for anything. Be aware of people trying to tempt you with money, success, and the ideas of, if you do this, you're going to get that. As you can see all around in your world, people are being destroyed. They're being terminated. They're being killed, or all kinds of things are happening. So young people, you really are smart. You really are bright. You just haven't gotten to experience true life. And I'm gonna be honest with you, because you was robbed of it. And I have to be honest with you. I have to be honest with you that a lot of adults dropped the bucket. So unfortunately, in your environments, you were susceptible and prone to these things. And it's not all your fault, but you do have to recognize, this is my life. And, what small choices can I make, within the environments that I deal with? And some of those small choices can be just as simple as, don't be on that internet commenting about all that stuff. Don't be on that internet beefing with people. If they talking about you like a dog, just block them. Just block them. There are people that will get on the internet and do play acts just so they can make you feel bad about yourself or say stuff about you. And they are liars and deceivers. Just block them. Just block them. That's what they do. They trying to provoke you. They trying to stoke you. They trying to drag you out. Just block them. Let them go. They're not worth it. If you see a lot of gang banging situations, or a lot of things going on, and children dying, all this kind of stuff. Don't get up there commenting about all that stuff. Do not get up there comment. Don't even be commenting too much in your environments, in your neighborhoods about all that stuff. Just don't. People will easily go back and say, you know, this person said that, they said that, and then they set you up. And then your life is taken over some nonsense. So that stuff is not worth it. You know, a lot of times you're not there, so you really don't know what happened, no way. But even with strong feelings, and you know, it's easy to see other people come in. You say, I'm gonna chime in too. You know, this is the era where everybody's trying to be popular, everybody's trying to be social media. But people do that. They'll use any little thing against you. Guilt trips. They'll use even murder. Well, I'm gonna get rid of this person because they said this, they said that. You know, it's okay to not live in fear and to state the facts and to state the truth. It's okay to be who you are. You understand what I'm saying? But just comment at every little comment of where people just killing. Don't do it. It's not worth it. And another thing, be aware again of people trying to hand you hardcore drugs. People trying to tell you, you know, this gonna make you better, or man, this, we just gonna party, we just gonna have fun. As you can see, a lot of that stuff is destroying a lot of young people. So those are the small choices you can make. Those are the small choices you can make. There's little bitty choices you can make. If you feel something in yourself that says something ain't right, then don't go hang out that night. You know, don't go you know, do certain things, you know. Don't say, oh man, it's just my head, you know. No, sometimes pay attention, because so many things are happening. And all of those ill-willed events are designed to draw you into chaos, you know, to draw you into destruction, to draw you into a place where people can have an excuse to wipe away your young years off the face of this earth, to wipe away your gift. Your gift is your life, you know. Again, I was once young, I was once your age. There were times where I got caught up, you know what I'm saying? But I learned from those things, and I learned that those people wasn't my friend. And I learned that those environments and those types of people didn't have my best interests at heart, and that it all was a setup. And so those are things that you have to learn. And just like young people have to learn, even adults are still learning. You know, there are a lot of big grown adults sitting up there entertaining all that stuff. And then they come back and take your child, or they do this or do that. And then they'll say, well, see, you said this, so I popped your child, or I did this, I did that. Y'all have to be careful. You know, you have to be careful, young people. Adults too, but especially young people. Because, you know, a lot of adults have lived their life. You haven't lived your life. You haven't even experienced life. You've experienced a whole bunch of drama and chaos, but you haven't really gotten a chance to experience life, to know what a rose smell like, to go see a rose garden, to go fly in an airplane and just enjoy certain things, to go to I don't know, to a party where people are not getting drunk and high and sexing on each other, but it's just a little social party where people are being positive and talking about dreams, goals, and hopes. So you haven't gotten to experience those things. And there are some people on the face of this earth that's willing to take that away from you, you know, because you haven't even had an opportunity to experience good things. You haven't had an opportunity to experience that there's more to life than all that mess that this world has imposed upon you. So I just hope that in your mind, if you know there's a better choice, try your best to make a better choice. I know that this world is not fair. I wouldn't even sit up and lie to you and just pretend that it's so fair and things, you know, supposed to just be this way and be that way. It was supposed to be a good life for you. You was supposed to have a mother and a father and a grandparents and this and that, and, you know, just living a really decent life. But unfortunately, because this world is so broken, things do not happen that way. Um, so you have to make do the best you can, the best way you can. And what I mean by that is no matter what environment you are in, being aware of your young life and your years, and trying your best to figure out, what you want to make of this life, what you want to make of your time here on this earth. And again, I would never pretend that it's easy, because if it was easy, us adults would have got it all right. So it's not always easy. Um, it's not. It's not. But it can be done. Like little small things. Nobody expects you to go out and play Wonder Woman or Rambo and just try to change the world, or change everything all at once. But just little small things, little small things can help you. So I hope this video helps you. I hope, and another thing I want to talk to you about is all this negative music. There is this is very important to me. There is a lot of negative music, young people. That music is very destructive, just in case you couldn't see. For this, listen, to the young people who want to understand me, you're going to understand me. For the young people who don't, you just want to be just evil. But for those who truly want to understand my heart, please know that that music is so destructive. A lot of people, that's what I mean by a lot of adults failed, you guys. A lot of people did not take responsibility for the junk that they put out there, and that you young people got a hold of too. Our system didn't regulate. A lot of things didn't happen. A lot of people didn't take responsibility. A lot of parents are trying to act like young people instead of being parents. So many things failed, you guys. You understand what I'm saying? But that music is so destructive to you young people. It is ultimately destructive. I'm not gonna lie. The cursing, the fighting, the guns, the sex, the violence, and that stuff becomes distorted, and it becomes a part of your nature. And a lot of young people have been trying to act out all that junk. And I really do believe that that played a role in our society with young people. It really did. It played a role. It did, and I know it did. So it's easier said than done. I can easily tell you, please listen to more positive music. I can easily tell you that. But that music is so addicting. It's so addicting. It's like this the thing that's got a hold to you. It's so addicting. So it's not easy for you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm one of those type of people that I speak the truth, but I understand that things are not always easy. There'll be one or two young people that can just, bam, I'm gone, I'm out. This is not my life. But that's not every young person. So I would just give you a little bit of advice. I remember one day a little young girl was talking to me. I was in college. And of course, I was older than her, and she was talking to me, and she was telling me how she would listen to certain songs over and over and over. And it just felt like she couldn't pull herself out of those songs. And she was talking about how she dealt with sex, and it was hard for her and all that kind of stuff. So my advice that I would give her is that I know that it's not easy to say, okay, I'm just not going to listen to this anymore. Some people can do that. Some people can't. So because it really is this darkness that's pulling at you young people. So what I would say is that wing yourself little by little. That's what I would say. Like, start little by little. So say, for instance, you're used to listening to some of that stuff, and it's just droning you. You listen to it. Maybe you will listen to a positive song for a moment. You understand what I'm saying? And then start incorporating that into your day. If you one of those type of people, you just love music, you can't do without music, find you like this, some type of positive, uplifting song, and listen to that. And then you may fall back into the pattern of listening to your negative, but start incorporating that positive in. Just start incorporating that positive in, and just, it's like trying to wean yourself from something, and then start paying attention to the lyrics, to what's being said, not the beat. I know everybody like the beat and the booty bumping beats and all that stuff, but pay attention to the lyrics and understand what those lyrics are really talking about. Killing, murdering, bitches, hoes. Young ladies, you're not bitches and hoes. Young men, you're not killers and murderers. So paying attention to that stuff and recognizing that when you're saying that stuff over and over and over and over and over and over, that stuff start becoming you. And you start drawing yourself into that environment like that. And it's destructive. It's very destructive. And so hopefully a few of these pointers can help you. I wish you well. I'm not your parent. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I'm not trying to preach at you. I just recognize that in our society, a lot of young people have went all too soon. And some of these factors that I'm talking about have a play. They play a role. I want to repeat something that I heard another person say on the internet. I forget his name, but he was talking to young people, and I want to make sure that I'm giving a tribute and not stealing, because there's so many people stealing other people's content, acting like they saying stuff they really ain't saying, not really saying it from the heart. I think his name is Willie D. That's his name, Willie D. But I was listening to him, and he was talking about young people. And I want to attribute to what he was saying to young men and young women. All that hanging out, I know it's easy because you say, well, I'm bored and there's nothing to do and this is my life and you don't understand this and this and that. A lot of that hanging out has gotten a lot of young people killed, destroyed, in trouble, in situations, circumstances they don't belong in. A lot of senseless partying, all this kind of stuff. So those are some of the things you got to sit down as a young person and think about. Like he was saying, just senseless hanging out, no direction, nowhere to go, and just hanging out. Another guy, I think his name Chronicles something. His name is Chronicles. Chronicles of Judah. I was kind of heard a little bit of what he said too, and he was talking about senseless hanging out, young people just hanging out, and I want to touch on that too, because you see a lot of young people just hanging here, hanging there, hanging on corners, hanging there, and they just have no direction. And it's unfortunate because where are the people there to direct them? Everybody act like they care about the young people, but where are the people there to really direct them? Where are the people who have gained success and got all this stuff and need to really go out and talk to these young people and to help them, and I know it's been done, I know it's been done at times. So I'm not negating those who have not tried. And I'm not even negating the big mamas in the projects and the aunties and uncles and cousins who tried their best to impart a little bit of information and understanding. So I'm not even negating them. But it should have been, if you can be officers and systems and all this kind of stuff, and you can enforce laws and enforce this, enforce that, you can enforce curfews. You can enforce people to say, hey, you're not gonna hang out in this corner. Either you go to a class where you learn about yourself and learn a skill, or if we catch you hanging out on these corners, then we're gonna reprimand you. See, you can enforce whatever you want to enforce. You can say either you're gonna hang out on this corner, or we're gonna find you in these programs that we design so that you can learn a skill and you can learn something and you can do something with your life. You can enforce whatever you want to enforce. Because if you can enforce jails and keep people in jails all the time, you can enforce systems that make young people say, I don't care what you say, I'm gonna make your butt. You either hang out on the corner or you go learn a skill. Which one do you want to do? So again, I just don't think there was, I think that a lot of adults failed you young people. But at the same time, now you're considered an adult. Now you are considered an adult. There's a law that states once you pass 18, even if your mind hasn't had a chance to catch up because you haven't been developed, you haven't been taught the things you need to be taught in your life to succeed or to master. So you're like at this point, like, okay, I understand all that, but I don't have that help out there. I understand that. I ain't have that help out there. And so there are certain things you're gonna have to choose for yourself, because even though uh, what I'm saying, you also know within yourself that, man, I could get caught at any time and go to jail at any time. Or, man, it don't feel right me hanging out in this environment. Or, man, this song just deploring. And when your mind and spirit is talking to you like that, those are the choices that you have to push through and make, even if nobody's there to encourage you, even if nobody's there to say you can do it, even if nobody's there to say, hey, it's like you got to do it for yourself. It's like you have to say, okay, so there's no adults here to pat me on the back. I got to do this thing for myself now. Instead of riding and dying for a click, you got to ride and die for yourself. You know what I'm saying? You got to do this thing for yourself now. And that means trying your best to make better choices. Some of you young people have an opportunity to move out of town with a relative or something, that's not in that environment. And you have an opportunity to go to school or to do something better. And if you know you have that, take it. Run with it. Be like, but I'm going to be leaving all my homies behind. No, you're not. You're going to be doing something better for yourself, and being an example for them. And another thing, if you do get that opportunity and you do get to go away, don't go away to a new environment and then sit up and go hang out with the same type of people. Can't do that. Can't go live in a decent neighborhood and try to get on your feet and try to get better, and then you start hanging around with the same old type of people, even if it's in a new town or new neighborhood. You can't do that. You cannot do that. Because you have to have time to get yourself together, get your mind together, get your spirit together, get your thoughts together. You have to have time to figure out what you want to do with your life. And all of that takes time. This is not magic. And everybody who ever done magic, trust me, it always fails in the end. Magic fails, baby. Trust me, it do. It's not a solid foundation. It fails. So I hope this video, if anybody or any young person come across it, I just hope that if you're adult and some young people, share it with them. But I hope you're okay. And that's just what I wanted to say to you today. Hang in there.